Hello friends, welcome back to my channel, Love My Crafts. I'm Mary. If you're new here, welcome. Thanks for stopping by. Please subscribe if you haven't already. And if you enjoy this video, hit the like button. Friday Sews is a hashtag started by Jen from Today in Jen's Sewing Room. And if you see my eyes going everywhere, there's a fly that followed me. Anyway, thank you to Jen for helping bring us all together. So what I'm wearing is just kind of one of those wear it in the house if you have to tops that I made. I believe it was the Everyday Tee by Alien Mac, and I put a v-neck in it, and then I tried to put a gathering to make it a little bumpy, you know, have a little bit of shape, and that didn't work. But it's a nice rib knit. I think I got it from Olga's Closet. So today is actually 4th of July, Independence Day in America, and I didn't do anything. Had the day off and just relaxed. So, and I did some sewing. Anyway, so let's start with the first thing I made, which is technically a fail. If I can get her out of Patsy's cleavage. This is, see, you can tell it's not finished. The Juliet top, Love Notions. And I did, let's see, there we go. I did a pretty decent job on the pin tucks and sewing on the buttons on the fake placket. And I didn't put too many gathers. The yoke was fun to do. Now I'm gonna have to look at my notes because I don't think there was anything else wrong with it except for it's way too short. You can't tell that unless you see it on me. It's way too short. It was like, I don't know. Anyway, so one thing I didn't like was I didn't want to do a bound neckband. So I put on a regular neckband. I tried using the measurements and doing the 85%, and it looks okay from far away. But when I actually put it on, it's not shaped right, and it's just a little bit off. I'll have to try it on and take a picture. Fly. If I remember correctly, the sleeves fit fine. And I had just read, as I was finishing it, that a lot of full size in the chest people didn't like it because they felt like this drew more attention to the bust. But I did it anyway because I like the flowiness, and this fabric is very flowy. This is the fabric that runs, but once you sew it, it's fine. And it did great with doing straight stitches to make these pin tucks. I haven't quite decided what I'm gonna do. I can't lengthen it. And I don't know if it'd be comfortable to sleep in. Has anybody ever slept in ITY? Is it comfortable? I don't know, because then I could always just make some shorts to go with it. Some black shorts, or I don't know if this is a comfortable fabric to sleep in. If I had done the neckband right and made it a little bit longer, it would have been fine. But anyway, that's that. I'll just throw that over there. I made the Laundry Day tee. Now the other top that I made with my wild rainbow colored fabric was the Laundry Day tee, and I ended up making it too short, which I still wear it. It's not too short, whereas the Juliet is going to be too short. And I said, but the last Laundry Day tee I made was too long. So I took that one and I measured it, and then I measured the pattern piece. Oh, yeah, that's right. I measured the pattern piece, and I decided, okay, I had cut off the line for the tunic length. So I said, okay, I have to put the tunic length and then I'll just take off, however, I'll measure it and take off how much I need to take off because it will be too long. So I added the tunic length piece to the front pattern piece one day, and I cut out the front pattern piece. And now, mind you, I'll get to this later, but I'm only getting a few minutes at a time to sew. So the next day I come back, forgot that I didn't add the tunic piece to the back pattern piece, and I cut that out. And then I was gonna put the shoulders together and have them ready for the next day, and I noticed that there was this much space between how short the back was to how long the front was. And then I realized what I did. Now there's not that much fabric left, so what was I gonna do? I could not get a whole piece out of it. Now mind you, I have a whole back piece now extra that I'm gonna have to make something with, probably a bunch of scrunchies, because I love this fabric. But let's see if I can. So I cut out, I don't know if you can see it, I cut out 2 back pieces because I had a long strip, but I couldn't fold it. I couldn't cut it on the fold. So I did this, which is always, I usually like that better anyway. It's better shaping on the back. And I had done, I don't know if you remember, last time I said I was going to, trying to get her closer, I was going to use the Nancy Zeman method to do a narrow shoulder adjustment. And see, now she has big shoulders. Her shoulders come to here. And I changed the shoulders to come to here. So when I wear it, do I have it? Oh, I'm gonna have to do a fashion show after this. It comes right to where my shoulders are. Perfect. Trying to think if everything else fit. I think the sleeves fit okay. I wore it the other day for a whole day and it didn't bother me, so it fits great. Let's just say that. And I tried it on. It was too long. I figured out where it needed to be trimmed, and then I'm not good with scissors and cutting straight, so I just serged off the extra inch that I wanted. So hopefully I wrote that down, because next time I might just go cut it. But I have the most recent cutouts and adjustments all in its own envelope, so I know that this is the one I used that worked, because I also have all the other pieces to this pattern. There's a dress and everything that haven't been adjusted. Just hit myself in the head. So I think this was from a Joann fabric haul. I know I showed it, but it's really funky. It says it has purple in it, and I don't really see that. But the hem, I talked about this somewhere, but the hem came out really wonky. And this is, oh, I had to hem before I could sew my dice project. I had to hem because my double needle was in there. Anyway, I don't know what it was about it, but it was a little wobbly. But it's fine. It's a flowy shirt, so you can't really tell if the hem's crooked or not. That's what I love about this. And it's free if you get on the Facebook group. The pattern is free. And I will link it. I'm not sure if it says on the patterns page that if you go to Facebook it's free, but if you join the Love Notions Facebook group, you get the code for the Laundry Day Tee. So it fits great. I love it. It's double rush poly, so it does get warm. But that was, I actually had a success. And the Juliet would have been a success. I was doing great with it. I was doing all the parts right. I do want to try it again. But I think I got confused because, and I wrote this down too, the directions in the pattern about the pin tucks were confusing. So I watched a video. And that wasn't confusing, but she did differently than what the instructions say, because there's 2 ways you can do the placket. If you're doing the placket and the pin tucks, you have to put the pattern down a certain way, and if you're not, you fold over extra for one way and you leave it out for the other. And when I looked at the video, it looked like you know, the neck was kind of pulled in too much. I don't know how to explain it. So I'm not sure if I did it the right way, and that's why the neck felt, because the neck, I don't even think it comes high, but it just feels, you know me and necklines. I'll never get it right. So anyway, I did have a success. And I did make a zipper pouch, and I'll have to put up a picture because I right away was so excited I gave it to my daughter. And I used Izzy's tutorial on YouTube for, I think it's just a zipper pouch. I'm not sure what she calls it, but I'll link that too. And I have a whole bunch of waterproof canvas I got from, if you ever want to get cheap waterproof canvas, walmart.com. I don't even know how much I got. It's such a pretty color. And it has this on the inside. It's like outdoor fabric. Oh yeah. I don't know if you can see it. But, so I put this on the bottom. And I'll show you the picture. It's some Tula Pink Alice in Wonderland. I'm not sure what the name of it is. It's Alice. Anyway, it has Alice in Wonderland falling down with the tree and teacups and everything for my daughter. She needed a zipper pouch, and it was a perfect size. And I put the rainbow zip on there, and she loved it. And I will put a picture. What else did I make? I was working on my, if you haven't seen my video for the latest dice roll for my sewing dice game, I picked a bag with cup cozies and my cup cozy pattern that I had gotten from a video and traced the template. And I did show some samples, and this was a Christmas patchy one. This is the one I made with this past roll of the dice, and this is like on a Starbucks cup. You can make it fit a cup, and it's always good to have a cup around because then you can always just go in and stitch a little bit closer. Sometimes they come out like this. There's a little, I don't get it. Sometimes they come out perfectly met up and sometimes they don't. And I'm using this for, I have a Mickey one. I did a strawberry one and I put that into it and So Fruity. That one does not have a tag, I think because I was going to keep it for myself. But I had gotten some iron-on tags, but they're for yarn. So when you put them on yarn, they kind of stick to the yarn when I make my Grinches. When you put them on fabric, they don't stick. I need to get better labels, and there's too many choices of ways to get labels, and I don't know if I like the fold over or just the strip. Suggestions would be nice. And then, because somebody kept mentioning, so Carol, that she likes these and she would love to use them for hot cups, I said, oh, I wonder if it fits. So when you put these are, my daughter brings these home all the time. They're the plastic ones, but they're just the same size as the Starbucks hot coffee. I don't drink Starbucks. So I said, oh, let me see, does it fit on here? And it doesn't, see. So, well, I traced out a new template and I made them that fit. I could have put this for So Fruity too, but I don't think I made it before June 30th. And it fits. And I made a couple more. A Mickey Mouse one with the label. I actually end up, I mean, you're going to be putting it on a coffee cup and just, you know, it's not anything, fly. It's not, you know, need to be fancy, but then I kind of got carried away with, on some of them, top stitching and trying to hold down that extra bump of fabric and putting some frayed check just because I might have leftovers and sell them at the bazaar. Which, I'm never gonna have anything ready for that with my, so I also wanted to do the hashtag from Zelda Sews called what's on my sewing table. It's really just a mess because I just finished with this big, I had a project bag from the dice game and it was full of all kinds of fabric, and it's still here, and felt and patterns, and I did, yeah, I cleaned it up and I managed to get them into their own nice little envelope so they can be put away and I'll know where to find them. So I don't know if I should turn you around and just pick things up. I'll take a picture. Watch me take a picture. And I'll post it on here. I'll move my notebook. You don't need to see that. Let's see. Okay. This is just trying to get a bird's eye view. Maybe I'll do a little video and I'll put it in there. I'll add that in. So it's a mess. So we're gonna start. I could start next to the sewing machine. I'll show you the seam ripper that just fell on the floor. Okay. This is a mess. I have one of these things. And I don't know why I bother, because I try to put things back in it. I think that's even a sewing needle. No, it's a pin, a flipped over pin. Good place for it. This is the cutest symbol. My daughter went to New Hampshire. And I can't read it, but live free or die. That's New Hampshire. We have an ongoing family joke about that. So this is in here, and I'm supposed to stick. These are the things. Now watch all the things that are supposed to be in here. Scissors, scissors, seam gauge, pin cushion that I bought specifically so I could wrap it around the side of my sewing machine. Marker. See? It goes right in there. I'm going to put it right in there. Seam ripper. Pattern piece. This is for working on screens on laptops and phones. Washi tape. Scissors. I think I got these on Temu. I don't like them. Excuse my boo-boo. I was cleaning the air conditioner. Another seam ripper. Friction pen. Where am I putting? Clip that fell in. Walking foot. And yes, I used my brother walking foot on my Janome because the one that came with my Janome acted weird. These things, you get them at the Dollar Tree. It's for your eyebrows. It's a razor though. Great for seam ripping. When you have like on jeans. Clip. Cover to a seam ripper or something, but I don't know what. Also a cover to a seam ripper. Something, I don't know. Plastic knitting, yarn needle. These are in here. I brought these in here ever since Kitty's been in here, which has been almost 2 years now, because these are the best way to cut cat's nails. But I'm petrified because I've seen what she's done to people, and I'm just petrified. But I know how to do it. Chapstick. Doesn't fit in there. Okay. Needle threader. That fits in there. Friction marker. Fits. So this is always right next to my sewing machine. Sometimes this is in there too. Chalk. That's how we say it in Rhode Island. Chalk. Coffee. How do you say coffee? I had a friend who was raised in Ohio, and she worked with me. And she got such a big kick out of the way I say things. It's Rhode Island. I don't know. We're strange. What I love is when they have a movie and it's supposed to be in Rhode Island and they do like somebody with a Boston accent, which is different. Or when they overdo it. I think they did a commercial too. Smart Pack. So now I feel bad whenever I try to do any kind of accent because I know it's not right. I'm gonna throw these back in here really quick. So that's what happens because you grab it and you just don't have time to stick it back in the thing or find the spot that it goes in. That's the problem. So I just started there. This is also there. Thread and garbage. My candy is getting low. And actually these got warm from, they're going in the garbage. I like Runts candy. So this is supposed to be short. I have a drawer too. Maybe next week I'll do what's in my drawer. These are my favorite candy. I've even broken a tooth on them before and I still eat them. They stopped making them. They used to sell them at the Dollar Tree and I used to buy boxes and boxes of them. They're my sewing candy. Then they stopped and now they sell them at Five Below, which is another store. I think they're in Massachusetts and Rhode Island. I don't know where else. There are not so smart people outside doing fireworks. And luckily my dog can't hear it because of the air conditioner in the other room. My pile of magnets. I did try to cover them in fabric and I haven't tried to rip it back off yet because it didn't work. They're very strong magnets. I have more of these, but these are really strong. For my cutting mat, that's also on my table, with a piece of sheet metal underneath with white duct tape around the edges. Random piece of cardboard from a fat quarter. Scraps. It's so pretty, isn't it pretty? Okay. A pen. Another pen. Let's count how many pens. This. My printer being out of control. That's what that is. Scrap. Dice. Post-it. Actually, that has a place in that drawer. Clips. Something fell. And I keep this is a yarn needle for threading in my serger tails. Also, oh, I crocheted this. This is just, but I used really, really junky, it was Red Heart yarn, but it was very rough. And that makes a nice, when you use a double strand, makes a nice sturdy basket. And that's my basket. There's a pin in there too. I did sew myself something for my clips, but it didn't work out great. Oh look, a pencil. Tape measure. Oh. My rescheduled colonoscopy appointment. I have a pattern for this and I just haven't, because I used something and then I tweaked it. This is it's a pin cushion. It has that crushed walnut shell filled in here with stuffing. and a little bit of crushed walnut shells under here. Next time I might use fish rocks. And then it has loops for a pen or scissors or something. And a loop right here for a pen. Put your phone there, or you can put your phone there if you're watching something. And if you need a pin cushion, I made a whole bunch of these for Christmas one year, and I don't think anybody uses them. Oh, it's a pretty sloth. That's not, usually I move it. Oh, that fly is right there. But I haven't moved it. This is bag number 8 that I haven't even started yet, which is what I rolled last time. It's a tank top, Ellie and Mac. I was trying to scare her. And some empty bags from the Cup Cozies. In the Cup Cozy pattern, I have to file it away. Another tape measure. I'm gonna put them in the drawer. This is the felt. Fabric strips, scrappy. The ones I won from my Fabric Addiction one on Etsy. Look how pretty that is. That's so pretty. Oh, I just love fabric. Scraps. More scraps. You have to get put somewhere. Fat quarter. Pretty. Leftover strawberry fat quarter. That has to get put away. Another Cup Cozy that was in my pile. I love this fabric. And I tried doing that reverse lookup with a picture because I don't even remember where I got it. I think I got it at the Dollar Tree in a roll. I'm hearing fireworks, but I'm not hearing my dog bark, so hopefully he's asleep. He was so anxious when we went outside. He could barely hear like rumblings of them from far away down the neighborhood, and he couldn't handle being outside. People just don't get it. It really sounds like guns being shot. Okay. Fabric strips. Scraps. Oh, this. Chopstick. For turning corners. Turning inside out. And I have a power strip right under the table that has the iron, the ring light, the sewing machine, and a light behind the sewing machine. And before I leave the room, just in case I've had the iron on and forget, I can't reach it. You know, I'll pull something. So I use this. So this is a very useful tool. And there's another one in here somewhere. I don't know where it is. It fell down. And then this is empty project bag. More scraps. Oh, look at this. The fly really wants to be in the video. I love Stitch. Okay. Oh, I made a Cup Cozy in this fabric for my son's girlfriend. And I put a stitch tag on it that says stitched with love. And I was putting some scraps together. Sometimes that's fun too, just sit and sew scraps together. And now say that 5 times fast. So that is what is on my table besides this cup and this cup full of Cup Cozies. Not very exciting because I'm in between projects, so I have to clean up. I have to put away all of this scraps or put them in it if I find an empty project bag. So I clean this off, and my next project is to do my Ellie and Mac tank top for the dice game and film that. And then I have the pattern for the Love Notions Allegro pants ready to go. And I have a ton of cotton I had gotten a while back that I want to make a muslin out of the pants. They're going to be capri pants, I believe. Anyway, so that's all I got for plans. And hashtag what's on my sewing table. Please do it. I want to see that I'm not the only person who messes up the entire table, then can't do the next thing until she cleans it. So for life, my boyfriend's ankle is healing very well. We went yesterday. It's been 4 weeks. We went yesterday, and the doctor said, he went and looked at the x-ray, and he said that it's still there, but very, very faint. So 2 more weeks with the boot, and he could start walking around the house without the boot. I think that's what he said. So probably 2 to 3 more weeks left, because he goes back in 3 weeks to the doctor, and he's going to get another x-ray before he goes. So that's why I only have a couple minutes to sew, because he did all the stuff for me, and now I have to do it, and all the stuff that I didn't realize he did, and I have to do it. That's what we do. Thank you for everybody's well wishes. He is doing better. And work has been very, very busy. It's a very busy time of year. Once school gets out, there's a lot of end of year reports to do for enrollment and lots of fun stuff. So I've been very, very busy. So I'm so far behind, because sometimes I can do my everyday things that I have to do. I have these certain reports I have to run that it's just like clockwork. So I can have a YouTube video playing. So I can have the video going and listening while I'm doing my job. But the things that I have to do now are a little more intense to get these bigger reports out. So I haven't been watching anything, and then I'm busy when I get home. So I'm so far behind, and I'm trying to keep up with everybody's. I think I'm like at least a week and a half behind. Never mind, I haven't filmed my own, but watching them too. This thing says 36 minutes. You know I'm cutting out like 15 of them. This is ridiculous. So that's basically it. And I know I've been all over the place. That's a big, long, boring Friday sews for you. I sewed a lot though. I sewed compared to what I usually get to sew. I hope these fireworks, I'm going to have to use the noise reduction again, and that's a pain in the neck. I'm so glad you stopped by. I miss everybody. Whether I watch you or you watch me, I miss you all. And I try to comment as soon as I watch somebody's video, just to say, hey, you know, I'm way behind, but I'm still going to comment. I hope you're having a good sewing week, and let me know what you're sewing in the comments. Let me know if you know the answer to my question about ITY, whether it's comfortable to sleep in or not. And, you know, just join us for a chat in the comments. Feel free to reply to other people's comments too. Have a conversation. I love to, and I learned so many things. Some people, everybody that has suggestions, I love that. I love to learn even more. Tune in sometime next week, hopefully, or the week after. I will have my next number 5 roll of the dice. And check the description for any of the things I mentioned, websites, people, YouTube videos. I will put them in the description. Okay, I guess it's the grand finale outside, but thanks for stopping by, and I will see you soon. Bye for now.